Good morning everyone. So welcome back in your class 8 science class, and students, we have started our chapter 1, that is crop production and management, and we have done lot of agriculture practices. So today we'll start with the next agriculture practice, that is protection from weeds, that we can say crop protection, that is coming in the crop protection. So protection from weeds, but what are weeds? What are weeds? Weeds are the, we can say, undesirable or unwanted plants that are grow along with the cultivated crop or main crop in a field. So we can say the unwanted plants which grow along with the cultivated main crop in a field are called weeds. So weeds are harmful for the crop. So we have to protect the crop from the weeds. So weeds are harm for the crop. In which way they are harmful? Because weeds in the crop, they consume great amount of nutrients, water, sunlight and space which is for the crop plant. And some weeds produce toxic substances that may be poisonous for animal and human. So it is very essential for farmer to remove the weeds to protect the crop plants. So the best time for the removal of weed is before they produce flower and seeds, and the process of removing weeds from crop field is called weeding. So we can say that the removal of weed is called weeding, and weeding is necessary since water, nutrients and space that is for main crop plant is used by the weeds. So we can say weeds compete with the crop plants for the water, nutrients, space and lights. So thus they affect the growth of crop. Some weeds interfere even harvesting, so may be poisonous for animals and human beings. So we can say weeding is important process. So farmer adopt many ways to remove weeds and control their growth. Tilling before sowing of crops help in uprooting and killing of weeds, which may then dry up the and get mixed with the soil. So the best time for the removal of weed is before they produce flower and seed, and the manual removal include physical removal of weeds by uprooting or cutting them close to the ground from time to time. This is done with the help of a khurpi, and a seed drill is also used to uproot the weeds. Weeds are also controlled by using certain chemical that is called weedicide. For example, 2,4-D, that is a 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. So they do not damage the crop. The weedicides are diluted with water to the extent required and spread in the field with the sprayer. So as already mentioned, the weedicide are spread during the vegetative growth of weeds before flowering and seed formation. So spraying of weedicide may affect the health of farmer. So they should use these chemicals very carefully, and they should cover their nose and mouth with a piece of cloth during spraying these chemicals. So this is all about the protection of crop or crop protection. So we have to protect the crop from the weeds, and this process is called weeding. And for control the weeds, farmers use the weedicide also. So the next process in agriculture practice is harvesting. What is harvesting? Harvesting of a crop is an important task. The cutting of crop after it mature is called harvesting. So it usually takes 3 to 4 months for cereal crop to mature. So the process of cutting and gathering of crop after its maturation is called harvesting. Once the crop mature, it is harvested. So in harvesting, the crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. So harvesting is in our country is either done manually by sickle, as you can see in the figure 1.7, picture of sickle is given, or by a machine called harvester. In the harvested crop, the grain seeds need to be separated, and this process from the chaff, this process is called threshing. This is carried out with the help of a machine called combine, which is in fact a harvester as well as a thresher. So we can say that a machine called thresher is also used for threshing, and in a large farms a machine called combine is used. Combine machine perform dual job, as a harvester for harvesting and thresher also for threshing. So the grain separated by the above method, that is known as a threshing, need to be winnowed. That means winnowing helps in the separation of grains from husk. So the farmer with a small holding of land do the separation of grain and chaff by the winnowing. As you can see, winnowing machine is given in the figure 1.9. Now the harvesting is a main, we can say the main agriculture practices, because harvesting process, they the farmer celebrate as a harvest festival, because harvest time is the happiest time for the farmers and their families. So the sight of golden fields of a standing crop loaded with grain fills the heart of farmer with joy and a sense of prosperity. So the farmers sing a traditional song to express their joy and pleasure for getting the product of their hard work and labor. So special festival associated with the harvest season are Pongal, Baisakhi, Holi, Diwali, Nabanya and Bihu. So this is all about the harvesting and we can say harvest festival. So harvesting in our country is either done by manually also, by sickle or by machine called harvester also. So the next process that is done in the agriculture practices is storage, because a proper storage of food grain is necessary to get regular supply of food product throughout the year, as a proper storage protect the food grain and other agriculture products from pests, rodent and other microbes. But due to improper storage, more than 10% of crop produce is spoiled in India. The harvested crop grain have more moisture content, so before storing them the grain are properly dried in the sun to reduce the moisture content. On a commercial scale, however, we can say mechanical dryers with a hot blowing air are used. This prevent the attack by the insects, pests and bacteria and fungi. So this is the method that are used in a storage of a, we can say, grain. So before storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce the moisture. This prevent the attack by the insect, bacteria and fungi. Farmers store grain in a jute bags or a metallic bins. So on a small scale, farmer store grain in a jute bag or a metallic bins. And we can say on a commercial or a large scale, food grains are stored in a gunny bags in a granaries or in a silos. We can say what are silos? Silos are the metallic bins. Okay, tall metallic bins that are known as a silos, and that are used for the storage of grain on a commercial scale. So the gunny bags filled with the dried food grains are stocked in a large granary that is known as a godown, and they are kept about 60 to 70 centimeter away from the walls on the wooden platform. So these platform are about 10 to 15 centimeter above the ground, so that they do not get spoiled due to moisture. So dried neem leaves are also used for storing food grains at home. For storing large quantities of grain in a big godown, specific chemical treatments and required to protect them from pests and microorganisms. Now we'll study about the silos. What are silos? The silos are the big and tall cylindrical structure. As you can see in this figure, this is the silos for storage of grain. So they are big, tall cylindrical structure. They store different we can say stock of food items at a different level, and each level has a opening through which grain can be taken out when required. So to ensure the availability of food grain throughout the year and every place in the country, and to meet the emergency requirement, the government has built a huge reserve, we can say reserve stock of food grains. This stock of food grain is called the buffer stock. So this is all about the storage. So we have completed all the agricultural practices that is done by farmer. So now we'll study about the another topic, that is food for animals. And students, one table is given. So make the following table in your notebook and complete. That you have to do by yourself. Suppose food item is given and sources are given in number one example, that is milk. So milk sources are cow, buffalo, she goat, she camel. So you can write down another food product also, like honey, like meat, egg, and you have to write down the sources also, that you have to complete by your own. So you must have seen that like plants, animals also provide us with different kinds of food. Many people living in the coastal areas consume fish as a major part of their diet. In the previous classes, you have learned about the food that we obtain from plants. We have just seen that the process of crop production involve a number of steps like selection of seed, sowing, etc. Similarly, animals reared at home or in a farms have to be provided with proper food, shelter and care. When this is done on a large scale, that is known as a animal husbandry. So we can say that the animals need good food, shelter and care for the proper growth and food production. So in animal husbandry, we can say the science which deal with the breeding, feeding and caring of domestic animal is called animal husbandry. And we obtain milk from cow, buffalo, goat and camel, and milk is used to prepare many products like butter and cheese, curd and ghee. And rearing and breeding of like a hen, duck for eggs and meat is called the poultry farming. So the production of fish on a large scale by farming fish in fish nurseries is known as a pisciculture. So student, this is all about the animal husbandry. Animal husbandry means when we will provide food, proper food, shelter and proper care also to the animals, and when this is done on a large scale, it is called animal husbandry. So students, with this topic we have completed our chapter 1. And in chapter 1, what we have studied? We have studied about the different types of crops, then production and management also. In production and management, we have studied about the agriculture practices. What agriculture practices we have studied in this chapter? Preparation of soil. In preparation of soil, we have done plowing and leveling, then selection and sowing of seed, then replenishment of nutrients by the natural method also, and by adding manuring and fertilizer. Then irrigation is done by the traditional tool also and modern method also. Then crop protection from the weeds also, from the pest also. Then harvesting and storage. So this is all about this chapter. So students, you have to read this chapter again and revise this chapter again, then you will complete exercise and question answer in your notebook. So this is all about the chapter 1. So students, thank you and have a nice day.